go. It's time to get some lumber. All right, we've got the wood. Now it's time to load it up. All right, fully loaded and ready to go. And we are riding low. Ratchet strapped down. All right, we're back. We've got all the wood here. So we're gonna have to unload it, and then the next thing is building this storage. So, and there's this fucking guy parking in my driveway. With the wood behind me, today's the day where we're gonna start cutting that wood and creating that shelf. So I'm gonna put you in a little time lapse, and you're gonna see me build it, and I'll bring you back and kind of show you what I've done so far. Looks like we got about 50 inches to play with. Measure twice, cut once. Set the depth on the skill saw and make your cut. Ooh, don't run your hand along the wood. Alright, so we've got all of our wood cut for the first portion. Looks like that, even though you don't know what this even is, but so we need to grab our drill, grab our bit, and grab some screws right here. So the screws are a lot easier than the nails. They grip harder. They're way more expensive than the nails. So if you're pretty good at hammering a nail, I would use nails, but I am not, so I am using the screws. They're more expensive, but it's a lot easier for me who can't accurately hammer a nail every single time. So I've got the first part all screwed together, or just screwed together enough to hold it up in place. Still got this middle section, the brace right here, to screw in, but this is what we've got so far. It's gonna go all the way up. We're gonna have a board right here. We can hang all kinds of stuff and fit under it perfectly, so it's a perfect desk just to be able to sit on the stool and be able to work. So let me give you a bigger view here. So there it is. So the next part here is that we can get the plywood down on the tabletop. We can also get the MDF up here. I don't know if the MDF was the best choice for this. For having up here, it's nice and thick. I think I purchased it. If it doesn't work out right here, I think it was a good purchase anyway, because I'll be able to make little shelves and cubbies and things like that with the MDF pretty easily. So either way, I think it was a good purchase. Alright guys, so I've got the plywood cut now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bet that this plywood is square. So I'm going to use the plywood, betting that it's square, to be able to square up the 2x4 frame. So I'm going to use it to line up the edges and things like that. It looks like it's pretty straight all the way across, so we shouldn't have too much of a problem, but we can tweak it just a little bit to get it perfectly square. And even if it's not square, it'll look pretty good because the plywood edges won't be sticking out or anything like that. So that's what we're going to do. Guys, so this is what I kind of have so far. I've put the MDF on the back side. This stuff cuts really, really nice. Really quick and easy to cut it. So I'm pretty happy with it, and I'll be able to hang the wrenches and this and everything, or like the little organizers and things up here if I want to. So next plan here is that I'm going to put a shelf up on the top also. So what I'm doing right now is cutting the 2x4 with a 45-degree angle for a support. So that's what I'm working on right now. I've got this one done, and now I need to cut the second one. So as you can see, I've added the storage on the top, just with these 2x4s cut at 45 degrees. Got the screws hanging out, but that's all right. So a little storage on top for little stuff that I don't use very often. Got the MDF back, plywood desktop. So it should be good. All right, so there it is in place. Fits just the way I thought it would. So now I've got to load it up and put all the wrenches right here, hang them up on the wall so they have a good spot to be. And one of the things you'll note here is that I've left some space right here, right there, to continue. So what I'm thinking is I'll want to maybe continue the storage all the way over, then have something in this space. So I have these bins right now, just with a bunch of crap in them, and then build some kind of storage between right here that goes up, and then over the toolbox I'll have a lot of overhead storage for stuff that I don't use very often, and it'll be good. So far this has taken about 4 hours is where we're at right now. Got stuff like this table behind me that's been stained and varnished. I don't think I'm going to be staining it. It's just a way too big of a piece. It's going to take too long. Maybe I will, I don't know, we'll see. Maybe I'll be more energetic in a couple of days after I've rested, come back and want to do that, so we'll see. But it will have to have the varnish on the table. So I've decided, instead of expanding the shelving on the top for right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and hang all my wrenches, as well as hang some of the bins, and see if I can't get this place a little organized. All right, so with all the wrenches are up here, every single one. What I ended up doing was taking some of the bigger ones that I'm probably not going to use very often and hanging them all on one bigger nail. So now they're all off the floor. It's got room in the toolbox for other stuff, and I'm thinking it looks pretty good now. Still lots of space all over here to do some of these bins, some of this stuff. Be able to hang all kinds of bins around here, up at the top. Be able to have lots and lots of storage. So I'm pretty happy with where we're at right now. I think for the time we spend on this, it's going to be good. We've got a lot of space, got a lot of organizing. I definitely think that organization is what's going to be key to keeping the shop working fluidly when a lot of the stuff is acquired. So there's a thing, you know, when you buy screws and bolts and hammers and nails and things like that, it's like all the stuff that we were using for this project, I didn't use anywhere near all the screws and all the nails and things like that. And you know, I don't want all that stuff to just end up in one giant bin where you don't know what's what anymore. So that's kind of what the purpose is of this too, so that I can organize all those little things. I got the little tiny bins and things like that. So every little thing is organized. So I'm not going back to the store to buy something that I already have. So let's see if there's something, if we can get a little more done today. I'm hoping that I can maybe make a little bin, some of this loose stuff that's over here. Be able to better see it, get better access to everything. So Let's see what I can get done before the end of the day. I'll bring you guys back as soon when the day is over, and I'll show you what it looks like with maybe 6 or 7 hours worth of work. So we'll see what happens. Little bins here, a couple of nails holding some things up, some paint brushes. Made this little shelf out of the MDF, so everything is nice and visible and easy to grab and in view. And then some storage up top for some bigger stuff. So that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free to ask me any questions on why I did what I did, or how I did it, things like that. I might have left some stuff out. But yeah, so if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe.